Little Nightmares 3 is the kind of sequel that makes you ask one question in the first 10 minutes. Is this a return to form or just a beautiful rerun? The vibes are immaculate. The tension? Depends who you ask. Across 3 major reviews, the consensus is oddly consistent, gorgeous art direction, unsettling tableaus, and a co-op feature fans have begged for. Paired with the same legacy frustrations, the series never quite shakes. So let's calibrate expectations before you dive headfirst into the void. Quick context. Supermassive takes over from Tarsiel, launching October 10th, 2025 on PS5, PS4, Xbox Series S, Xbox One, Switch, Switch 2, and PC at around $40. You play as Low and Alone, Bow and Wrench, Skitter and Smash, either with an AI partner or online co-op, key phrase, online only. No couch co-op, which becomes a sticking point, especially for people who want their horror huddled under the same blanket, where the critics agree is the mood. Eurogamer calls out a dreary first half that finally blossoms into rain-lashed walkways, thunder-lit steel, and then a sprawling fairground called Carnavale, the game's best set of scenes and easily the standout zone. PC Gamer says the atmosphere is hypnotically disturbing even when the ideas feel familiar. And IGN singles out Carnavale for the most engaging stealth and the most kinetic combat beats the campaign can muster. When Little Nightmares 3 stops imitating and starts staging, it sings. Mechanically, you know the drill. It's 2 5D platforming, stealth, escape sprints, and gentle puzzling. Low can ping distant ropes and switches with his bow. Alone busts boards and cranks mechanisms with a wrench. Umbrellas show up early to ride updrafts or feather your fall, then get ditched mid-story for a flashlight that is more set dressing than system. The toolset expands, but the design rarely demands it. PC Gamer wants Unravel 2 level interplay or Trine-style trickery. IGN says the solutions are obvious, context-sensitive, and rarely require smart coordination. Eurogamer bemoans perfunctory busywork, block pushing, lever yanking, where it wants inventive choreography. It's accessible, sure, but you'll cruise more than you'll strain. And then there's the series baggage. The words woolly controls land more than once. Perspective tricks that trip your jump arcs. Trial and error chases with insta-death and just okay signposting. Eurogamer frames parts of the game like an extended QuickTime event where you're guessing the input the camera wants. IGN ran into partner AI hiccups so silly they became literal game-breaking bugs, although generous checkpoints softened the blow. If you bounced off the first 2 for these reasons, brace for deja vu. Co-op is the swing that should have changed the math. Instead, it's a partial win. Online only, not drop-in drop-out, so swapping between solo and co-op means restarting a run needlessly rigid. There's a friend pass, so a buddy can join without buying, which is consumer-friendly, but the design rarely pushes true 2-player invention. You'll do a tandem lever, a target and smash routine, a timed jump, and move on. The series now has 2 protagonists, but it still plays like one mind. That's the missed opportunity. Now, about pacing. Eurogamer paints a story that starts safe, almost like a tribute set. Before the camera loosens up, the perspective gets playful, and the final stretch delivers confidently staged set pieces. IGN puts a number on it. 4 chapters now, with 2 more coming later via a paid expansion. That explains the short runtime, roughly a single late night session if you're focused, and why the back half needs to hit harder. It does, especially in Carnavale and the finale's layered hallways, but mileage varies depending on how much repetition you can stomach in the first hours. Performance and platforms. PC Gamer reports smooth play on a mid-range laptop at medium and a near-lock 30 on Steam Deck at low, with ray tracing, tiers for beefier rigs. This is cinematic horror first, tech showcase second. The visual language leans monochrome and stark compared to earlier entries' cozy menace, but the framing is top shelf. You'll freeze the YouTube scrub bar just to admire a shot, right before you mistime a jump into a vent and eat another reset. Let's talk fear factor. PC Gamer argues LN3 isn't scary so much as cozy horror, gentrified dread, if you like the spin. You learn the genre's rhythms. You know when to explore, when to duck, when to bolt. For some, that predictability blunts the blade. For others, it's the point. A haunted diorama you tour for mood, not trauma. Eurogamer still finds it captivating even when the frictions flare. IGN calls it a retread that occasionally sparks to life. Which means the value question is personal. Do you want iterative, extremely polished gloom, or were you hoping for a leap? Veteran games take lands here. Little Nightmares 3 is a beautiful, meticulously staged sequel with a mid-game pulse that proves Supermassive gets the tone. But it's also conservative enough to inherit the series' worst habits. The co-op headline feels more like a feature check than a design revolution. The puzzles lean breezy and the perspective woes remain. Yet, when the camera goes wide over Carnavale, when rain needles off cold steel, when a giant baby face lumbers into frame and your stomach drops, you remember why this series still rules the atmospheric space. It's not the scariest ride, it is a very pretty one. Here's who should play it now. If you loved the first two for their look and feel and you want more of that with a friend online, you'll have a good, if short, time. If you bounced off the older games for control fuzz or patience testing chases, nothing fundamental is fixed. If you're co-op focused and need couch play, this ain't it. If you're curious, wait for the expansion chapters to land and grab a bundle. The added variety could round out the arc. If this kind of no BS deep dive is your thing, hitch a ride with Veteran Game and hit subscribe. And if you're nodding or fuming, toss a like so this take survives the algorithm. Final prompt for the comments. Is Little Nightmares 3's cozy horror a smart evolution for the series? Or did it play it so safe that the only thing truly frightening is how familiar it feels?